Hello, basketball fans. Travis McCurdy here, previewing the 2013-14 Northwood men's basketball season, joined now by head coach Jeff Rekeweg. Coach Rekeweg, talk about your thoughts as you're heading into the season.
Well, we have a good group of experienced veterans. We're returning three of our top scorers, at least in league play, and then a nice mix of some younger talent, be it transfers or from freshmen to sophomores, that I think have a great chance of helping us this year.
You guys look at your roster, and really, especially up front, this is as good a front line as you're probably going to see in the GLIAC or maybe even in Division II when you go Darvin Ham, Will Bowles, Wes Wilcox. Those are three very good players.
Yeah, and in our first two exhibition games, two of them at least had double-doubles against pretty good competition. And I think when you add, Will has really worked on his perimeter game and has become more of a threat from the perimeter, whereas he was more 15-foot in last year. So I give him a lot of credit. He'll be able to stretch defenses a lot like Wes Wilcox did or has the last 2 years. And Darvin Ham really had a good summer working on his game, and he has improved so much from his freshman year to his senior year. And I like those three are pretty solid guys for us, and we certainly expect a lot out of them.
The thing with your team that's going to probably decide how good you could be is how your backcourt's going to play. There's some players that have a little bit of experience, but overall, you're essentially replacing a three-guard lineup last year in seniors from Booker Stoudemire, Cameron Joyce, Andrew Van Dierendonk. So the backcourt's really going to be how they play is going to be a big key for you guys.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter how good your front line is if you don't have a good backcourt that can get them the ball when they can score, where they need the ball, and take care of it. And to start the year, we've been Joe Ruhlman, who's had 3 years with the program. Tough kid, works really hard, local guy, has done a really good job. And we also brought in Khalid King that as a transfer. Now he's still just a sophomore, but is a talented guard that's really good off the dribble and is done a pretty good job passing and distributing the ball too. But Joe's able to handle the ball pretty well, get it to people, understands what we want to do, and he certainly can knock down the open shot. So those two are key probably to our success as far as handling the ball.
Talk about some of the player from last year that's coming back that maybe has stepped up and you've been impressed with thus far.
Well, I think Casey Boyle is played limited minutes last year. We actually started him against Illinois and did a nice job against Igu, the 6'11" kid for Illinois. I'm hoping to see consistency with Casey, and he certainly brings something different to the table than what we have with Will Bowles. Dylan Langcable defensively has gotten a lot better. That was one of the things he struggled with last year was on the ball defense, and you'll see that with freshmen, especially guys that were really looked to stay on the court in high school. I mean, they didn't want him to foul and didn't want him to be aggressive. So he's done a good job of making that transition. Tony Johnson, another local kid that has really worked hard in the weight room, got a lot stronger. And that was one of the big issues with him playing any significant minutes. And he's done a good job for us in the preseason, and again understands what we're looking for. Those would be the guys probably that were on the team last year, key guys coming back that have made some major improvements.
You got some new players as well, though. Talk about anybody in particular that stood out. I mean, what you mentioned, Khalid, among the transfers, but you got some freshmen too. Talk about your newcomers to the team this year.
Levante Davis, big kid, legit 6'7", 6'8", strong, very active, big, that is really good rebounding, both offensively and defensively, very active for his size. He's able to step out and guard guys on the perimeter, more athletic, even four-man, but in some cases in our league, fives that can step out. So he's one that will get significant minutes for us as far as a freshman. Tyler Conklin from L'Anse Creuse North, big guard that played point in high school at 6'4", and played a lot of point on his AAU team, has come in. He's long, athletic, probably the one more like Andrew Van Dierendonk as far as position, but he has some athleticism, a little bit like Book. It's hard to match Booker's athleticism, but so I think we've done a good job of filling some pretty big shoes that we were missing from last year.
You played both your exhibition games at Miami of Ohio, at Illinois. What did you take away from those two games?
Well, we got better. Miami of Ohio, we did some good things as far as rebound. We ended up out-rebounding them. We had fewer turnovers than they did. So some things that were concerns of ours, at least going as far as taking care of the ball with the guard situation, we did a good job. And for the most part, that was a two-possession game, majority of the game. And then playing at a Big Ten, a foe. They had a lot of new faces. They replaced 9 guys, a lot of freshmen that they played. So I know they're going to be a lot better in a month than what they are now. But demonstrated a lot of character with our guys. So we were down 14-0, got down 24 points in the first half, and then with 13 minutes to go in the second half, we had a 1-point lead. And we were much more disciplined in the Illinois game as far as shot selection than we were Miami of Ohio. I really was disappointed in that we allowed Miami's pressure, and you got to give them credit, but it's still the decisions that we made and took some bad shots and hurried shots, and I didn't feel like we did that against Illinois. Our shot selection was a lot better, and we scored inside against a big team off the dribble, and those are things that we needed to get better at, and I felt like we did at Illinois.
Coming up, you guys are opening this week, but let's talk about the GLIAC season. The GLIAC always super competitive, always very tough. What do you expect to see from the GLIAC this year?
Again, it's going to be competitive from top to bottom. Now, there's been some changes in the league, but very good coaches in this league, and we're going to have to every single night. If we want a chance to compete for the league championship, you've got to bring it every night. You cannot afford to have letdowns. Got to win those home games, and you've got to pick off a majority of them on the road, and that comes with consistency and toughness, and I think we're developing that well right now.
Well, Coach, thanks for joining us. You guys open up this weekend up in Sault Ste. Marie, and good luck.
Thank you very much, Travis.
And thank you for watching.